Welcome viewers to our next episode of Expert Speak, brought to you by Aditya Organics, where we've been talking to experts from various fields of agriculture, focusing on different aspects of farming, organic, natural farming, among others, with the objective of taking this message to the larger audience out there who are planning to get into farming or who want to improve their farming practices. My guest today is Mr. Anil Patil, and he will be sharing his rich experience in the agriculture space around the topic of ideas for profitable farming. Welcome, Mr. Anil.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Anil, how important is it to keep the history of the land usage and the crops performed in the past year, right, while planning the crops to be grown in the current season?
Fine. Let me welcome all the participants and thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to share my experience and be with you today. Fine. Regarding this question of the history of the land, ultimately, agriculture is no more a subsistence item in the life of the farmer. It is becoming more and more a commercial venture.
Correct.
And people are investing also more, unlike the earlier years where all the inputs used to be from in the home itself. No commercial purchase inputs used to be there. So now the input cost is going to be very high. So expectation is also going to be naturally higher. So viability is a very important thing. This is a basic platform on which all the discussions will happen. That is why I just introduced this point to you. So now coming to the history as such, just like the regular history of a country or any state or any place, history of the land is also very important. So likewise in the regular history, here also the history is going to tell us, explain to us so many things that have happened in the past, and that will be stepping stone and a learning curve for us, so that we don't lose our crop or our money. See, what are the histories? History also necessarily is the character of the land itself. Like, let us say acidity or pH, the electrical conductivity of the soil. Okay. So what was the pH last year, previous year, 1 year back? Was it high? Was it low? Has our cultivation changed anything? This way we have to keep records, so that what we have to do now, what we have done in the past, what treatment we have given, what has happened because of that treatment, and what stage we are now at. So this way, it is soil pH, this electrical conductivity of soil. I also include the water from borewell or whatever source it is. There also the pH, there also electrical conductivity, which can change year after year. The last year borewell situation regarding pH and EC may not be the same today. It can change because sources keep moving in the ground. So we are drawing water from maybe a little more distance compared to last year. So this year's EC can be different.
Okay.
Likewise, we should know what is the drainage that is happening. So what is that we have done for the drainage, whether any additional change has happened, whether any waterlogging is happening. And likewise, we have to know about soil erosion. Soil erosion is one wherein the upper soil is removed generally by way of water or rain. Excess of rain will take away the surface soil. So whether anything has happened like that, the fertile soil has gone or is it intact? So this is also a record which we have to note. Actually what happens, these are the things which we keep in our mind. We don't really keep document it in our regular life. But whenever there is a good commercial farm or a modern farmer who is more educated, he can keep it as a record itself, so that he himself will understand, or any consultants visits, they also will understand what has happened. Otherwise, the consultants, when they visit, it becomes like a veterinary practice that we have to start checking ourselves without knowing anything from the records.
Okay.
So after this, there are other records like what has happened, like insect attack. In the previous year, what crops we have grown, what kind of insect attack was there? Was it a very mild one? Was it very severe? And what type of insects attacked? So not only the record of our farm, but even the records of the surrounding farmers, we should know. See, because surrounding farm people are not doing pest management very well, then continuously the inflow will be there, either insect or the spore load of some diseases, fungal diseases will keep coming. So then our preparedness to attack or cover that risk also has to be in place. So we should know what is happening around our farm, what type of farmers we are having. Are they good farmers or neglecting everything like that?
Yeah.
So further,
it's not just about maintaining your records, but also knowing what is happening around you.
Yeah, what is happening. So you can say our neighbors are maintaining properly the farm or not. That kind of record.
Okay. Okay. So
and you should.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
And after this, we should also know in some places what is wild animal attack records. See, an elephant can maybe attacking. There can be this boars, wild boars may be attacking. If it has happened last year or previous year, any possibility is there, whether it has happened in our farm or adjacent farms, because from there it may also come to our farm this time. So we should have information on that also. Of the past years. That is also history. Then we should have record of the different crops grown on our farm in the previous and other previous years, past years. So, and then what happened to those crops also we should do.
So especially to be maintained.
Yeah. Especially wilt diseases. See, if you are cultivating solanaceous crops like tomato, brinjal, chilies on a field, and you are going year after year the same crop, then without mistake or without fail, wilts are going to be there. Either bacterial wilt or fusarium wilt are going to be there. At the same time, even nematodes can exist if the same crops are cultivated. So it is advisable to go for crop rotation. And the record has to be kept, whether you have done crop rotation.
So do you think, sir, is it profitable for a farmer to grow seasonal crops or unseasonal crops?
Yeah.
From a profitability standpoint.
See, it is modern farmers thinking to go for unseasonal crop or something which is not normally grown. This type of ideas are modern farmers crop. Traditional farmers simply do whatever they know year after year, same thing with crop rotation. So modern farmers thinks if I get off-season crop, then I will get better rate. So here there are two ideas. Off-season crop means not growing winter crop in summer. That is not correct.
Correct.
That is not correct. What exactly it means is you either prepone by 30 days your harvest or postpone by some 15-30 days. Only that much only. Not growing winter crops in summer. That is not off season.
Got it.
That also can be off season. But then you should go for a protected cultivation where you give make the environment or the microclimate totally change into the need of the crop, which we don't much concentrate because it becomes expensive. Okay. So just by pushing your harvest 15 days in advance, you will be the first to enter the market. See, for example, mango. If you are able to bring your mango crop 15 days in advance before others come, then the rates are always higher and you can engage that opportunity. At the same time, let us say, since we are from Bangalore, our popular variety is Raspuri. Okay, Raspuri mango. So what happens is now the season is almost coming to an end for Raspuri. So then the last crop, that is Neelam, will start. So at that point of time, the Raspuri rates will go up at the fag end. So if you have managed to keep Raspuri at the end by your manipulation, then you will get again good rates.
Got that.
So it is always pushing by 30 days or preponing by 30 days, not anything else.
Got that.
So this is very important. There is one other thing which is very important. Sometimes mangoes don't flower at all on a particular year because of a chill temperature conditions. So under that conditions, if you are able to produce the crop, when nobody else is getting much crop, then if you are able to bring in crops, then that will bring you more profits.
Got that. So my next question. So the next question was essentially saying, what indicator should farmers notice in his farm about the soil fertility level? So if they were not to do any soil analysis in a lab, is there any way that they can
Fine.
do that?
Fine. This question I would like to answer from the common man's point of view, because if I say it is for experts who are agriculture graduates or postgraduates, the answer is more cloudy, because they expect more perfection in answering, and there the answers are not going to be very good. Anybody, even if anybody has answers, it will not be good.
Correct.
But from common man's point of view, I can give you a better meaningful answer. See, after all, what the farmer wants, he wants a good looking crop, good looking plant, good crop stand. Okay. Why he wants all these things? Because he wants a good yield. That's all. He is not interested in studying or recording what exactly scientific things behind this. Correct. So keeping that as the basic point, I would like to answer, because it makes it meaningful to answer like that. See, what the farmer can look at, the farmer always keeps observing his crop. There is no doubt on that point. So if there is yellowing of the leaves is an indication of nutrition deficiency.
Okay.
No, I'm generalizing very to make it very simple.
Common man.
Okay, yeah, for a common man. So if there is yellowing of the leaf, that means there is nutritional deficiency. Then, if the plant is not showing proper height, that means between the nodes, what is called internodal length, if it is lesser or more, that means there is some kind of problem. This is an indication.
Okay.
See, he knows by experience that this plant should look like this. It should have a proper look. Look means the gap between two nodes should be reasonable, normal for that particular crop. He knows how it looks like. If it is shortened or if it is lengthened, that means there is a problem.
Okay.
That means there is a nutritional deficiency. Then just not yellowing, but the leaf size can become smaller. If the leaf size becomes smaller, then it means again a nutritional deficiency.
Okay.
Okay. So the leaf size or the width should be large enough. In a good condition, the size of the leaf will be much larger than what you expect.
Okay.
See, in retractable roofs, what we grow, like the Cravo houses, the leaf becomes very much bigger, 1.5 times bigger than the normal crop grown outside. That is because we give a particular condition for it to grow. So these are the basic things. So after this, I would rather say further overlapping on this will be the problems, whether it is a micronutrient deficiency or major nutrient deficiency, or yellowing shows about viral attack, or it is a fungus attack. All these things will be later on, which requires more expertise.
Itself, you'll be able to kind of make.
Yeah. At least you know your child is sick.
Correct.
See, how do you do in your house? Child is sick. He makes a sullen face. He's not eating. He's not playing.
Correct.
Isn't it? Even if you say go and see TV, he is not interested. So then you go for a doctor. Isn't it? That much for the time being, unless people want it in more depth, for which
I think this is very
more time is required.
So, sir, can a village actually develop a common asset for minimizing the post-harvest losses for crops like thrashing, winnowing, cleaning, storing, and other aspects? So, with your experience, are there any examples in which they could probably develop a common asset?
See, this question itself simply means that you want to share something which is an asset.
Yeah.
Okay. Olden days in farming community, if you have lived in villages, you know, the equipments, farming equipments made out of wood then, or even the bullock, we used to share. When my bullocks are not working, I used to give it to somebody else. And when my work is there, I will take his also and mine also. And then double the capacity bullocks will come so that I can do my work faster. And there was one other method where we used to plan, okay, you send your cows, bullocks to me. So together I will finish my job and then I will send all my assets to you. So you can do it together. So like this we used to do earlier days. So that concept now is slowly different because we are all selfish today, unlike earlier years. Modern people, we are all modern people, means more selfish. Okay. So common assets are always useful.
Okay.
But when you say common assets, then many issues will come.
Hmm.
Is it free of cost that I give it to others, or I am going to charge for it? Today, nobody is willing to give free of cost. So assets are costly, so we have to charge.
Hmm.
So we have to pay and take it, or collect the money and then give it.
Hmm.
Anyway, so that means sharing community assets or making community assets or sharing the assets is very useful.
Good.
There is a scheme in Government of India.
Hmm.
Today, last year or previous year, it came, which simply says Agri Infrastructure Fund.
Hmm.
Under that, Modi has announced it, and we can go in for availing loan with good subsidy and have larger these community assets. As you said, trashing, winnowing, machineries can be kept there, or there can be village level storehouses or village level processing units, maybe vegetable grading, cleaning, and then packing. All these things can be centralized and kept for the same. So this is definitely useful. Only thing is cooperation is required. Coming togetherness is required.
True.
Now, good examples can be mango processing unit nearby in Malur by a private company. Actually, what has happened up till now, it has been done by private business people, less by farmers. Farmers have done it, but in a very small way.
Okay.
But more professional or a bigger setup has been done by commercial people. So that people can come and store the item in my godown. It may be a cold storage. Private cold storage, everybody knows. In city of Bangalore also it is there. If you go to Mangalore area for fisheries, it will be there. Private cold storage will be there. You pay and then store your vegetables or fruits or fish. So that is one good example. Agri clinic, there is a concept wherein the banks can give you money so that you buy tractors or sprayers or drones or anything like that and give it on hire to others. And you can even have a repairing services center. Agri clinic center. That way,
so there are some of these examples which people can look into.
Yeah, like that it is there. And then mango processing units are there. If you go to Chittoor in border of Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, that is again a commercial thing where people can even get their produce processed and take it back also.
Interesting.
You pay the charges for the conversion, take it back, and it is your lookout what to do. So these schemes are already there, which can be useful.
So my last question, Mr. Anil, is how important is it for farmers to actually become self-sustainable with respect to seeds, inputs, disease control agent requirements when it comes to maintaining good net profit?
See, the question is, earlier we used to be totally self-sustained people once upon a time, because there was no commercial pesticide, there was no commercial fertilizer.
Correct.
We used to have everything made in home.
Correct.
That is, the cows used to give manure, and no spraying activity was there. We used to depend upon crop rotation, crop mix, and all these types of systems, the integrated pest management concept, except spraying of the pesticide, we used to follow. Now, the question is, today we want very good yield. We want disease-resistant varieties. So we are looking for plant breeding results. That is, some company produces a seed which has got a particular character, higher yield, disease resistance, tolerant to temperature, so many things. So that being the case, you can't have a self-reliance on seed production yourself. But it is possible. If you sell, in case of, let us say, organic farming, we always produce our own seed. But it has got its own limitations and advantages also. There is no uniformity in the crop, so that itself is an advantage. So if you want to produce your own seed, then have mixed cropping. 3 lines put chilies, 3 lines put some jowar, 3 lines put something else, so that it itself forms an obstruction. But there is an intelligence in selecting the crop also. If the both crops will attract the same insect, then there is no point. And if both the crops are going to share only upper soil, not the deep soil and upper soil, then it has no use.
Correct.
Anyway, that intelligence you should have, and you can have a crop mix as far as seed is concerned.
Correct.
Fertilizer is concerned, today's crops are very, if you are using good seed, it is bred to pull more nutrients from the soil and produce more. To produce more, it is going to pull more nutrients from the soil.
Correct.
And our organic fertilizers, the main NPK component is hardly 1.5 to 2%, not more than that.
Okay.
So if you have to give a 20 kg nitrogen, you have to give tons and tons and tons of that.
Correct, correct.
And it is not possible to make a proper mix. Suppose NPK, I want it like 30, 25, some 20. That is a combination. And my cow dung mixture is going to give only 2, 2, 2. Then it is not possible for me to give the required mix.
Correct.
So to that extent, we have to buy the state fertilizers and mix. However, the basic point is if you are able to produce more of format manure yourself, you can save on the cost.
Correct, correct.
That is definite.
Correct. So I think you need to look at a balance, whichever is possible.
Balancing is very important.
Yeah.
So you can also have neem seeds from your area, boil them, take out the oil, use the neem oil. So that way you can do. But the problem is today's farmer is not that interested in working all these aspects. He would be happy to go and buy a packet of pesticide sprayed. Just like we are not interested in doing exercise and this and that, but only eat a tablet.
Correct, correct.
So that is the nature of today's modern people.
Correct.
So anyway, idea is fine, but execution is difficult.
So thank you, Mr. Anil. Those were some really wonderful insights and very practical aspects that you spoke about. I'm sure the listeners will definitely gain a lot of value from that. Thank you once again, sir, for your time.
Thank you.